How's it going, everybody? Colt here with another walkthrough video. My last Kraken walkthrough was from Alpha. I feel I've much improved since then, so gonna do kind of a step-by-step thought process thing to help you make similar decisions and hopefully improve your gameplay. First thing you want to look at, what is the map? In this case, it's rendering plant. That's going to change your decision making with monster, build, perk choice, and your opening route. For example, rendering plant is an alright behemoth map, but if you go to like the south or southeast side, you're faced with terrain that has a lot of ups and downs, which is pretty hard for behemoth to fight in. In this case, I went with my safe pick, which is the Kraken. Now my build is 1 in Banshee Mine, 2 Vortex. With the Kraken, I like to kind of farm as fast as possible at the beginning to get to stage 2 when I take 3 in Lightning Strike, and that's like a major power burst for my build. And you can see that I also took damage perk because I value being able to burst hunters down before they are able to do too much to react. I've already picked out a few possible route openers, but the second thing you'll want to watch out for, which should pop up in a second, is the hunter team composition. Who the trapper is, and you can see right here it's Crow, is a major determining factor of how and which way that I open. For example, with Maggie, a sneak opener is just going to really slow you down because she'll be able to catch up to you very quickly. Whereas with a trapper like Crow, I more so value a misdirection start with a bit of sneaking and putting myself in a position where I can't get hit by Gobi right away. So in other words, I need to break line of sight from where he'll probably throw Gobi. One important thing to note is that hunters can see you from the dropship at about 30 seconds. So no matter where you go, you want to be out of line of sight of the dropship at about the 30-second mark. And they'll hit the ground at about the 45 second mark. I can't remember exactly. So these are things that, as you can see, I'm popping up the timer there, trying to keep in mind. I don't want to, since I know I'm fairly close to the dropship point still, make a lot of noise until at a certain point after the game has started. Now here you can see I kind of multitask with my farming. I vortexed one mammoth bird and then did a pounce on the other one. So this kind of small stuff is going to add up over time to save you time and get you that evolve more quickly. So I know they're probably a safe distance away. I don't really hear the jetpacks, so I'm safe to start using abilities and just go all out on the farm. Make sure you're not sneaking forever, because there's really no point in sneaking against a non-Maggie trapper once they're in another area from you, because they wouldn't hear your footsteps anyway. Here I did get a glimpse of that other hunter there. So I'm kind of trying to make up my mind as to where I want to go. I decide that I'm close enough to evolving, so I'm going to go to a spot in the corner here that 1 has more mammoth birds to finish up my evolve, and 2 has a really good spot for when I do evolve. I'm in kind of a safe area even if I'm caught right away. Unfortunately, I made a mistake there with the pounce. When you're sniffing, always look for birds on the ground, because keeping mind of their position is important for how you move. Like I said, I go with the 3 Lightning Strike at stage 2. I have killed a mammoth bird to get myself some armor right away. This is a pretty popular tactic for monsters. Make sure you have something that you can eat, so if you're caught, you just have a little bit of self-defense right away. I am caught by the hunters here pretty quickly, so I move over to the side knowing the terrain, and they line up perfectly for a vortex there, which was great. Knock them back a little bit, hit them with a lightning strike while they're disoriented. I know I'm on high ground, so that they've likely used a lot of their jetpack already, which helped land the vortex right away. Kind of blinded by spore clouds there. I wasn't exactly sure where Slim was. I was trying to aim for him. But definitely that's, with the new hunters, a skill that needs much improvement. if you're in a spore cloud, you can't rely on these hunter nameplates anymore. You can see they kind of lined up for a Vortex Double Lightning Strike, which is a death sentence for the hunters. I've got 2 of them down right there. One thing you'll see that I don't do well here is finish off that drone. This was one of my first games against Sunny after her coming out, so I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to deal with this thing. I figured it should be a pretty priority target, and so I started taking it out, but I switched back to hunters as they tried to go for the res, which was an okay decision, but I should have stopped them with other abilities and saved Vortex for finishing off that drone. As you can see, it's definitely extended their life here, and I finally got sick of sick of it enough to finally take it out. So I know they've got no medic, I've got them split, I'm going to try to get as many downs as I can. It's likely that the trapper has run far away, but I keep looking up to check that body, make sure he doesn't go for the res. If he does, one trick you may not know as a monster player is you can actually cancel your pounce by hitting the crouch button again while you're doing the pounce attack animation, and it'll just take you right off. So here, got a decision to make. Do I want to try and find the trapper, or do I want to take this time to armor up, evolve? I see I've got a minute left, so that's enough time to armor up, evolve, and even armor up again. And so I decide that instead of using my time to look for the trapper, I'm just going to go ahead with that option. Notice that I don't finish eating that mammoth bird. When I have a full evolve bar, there is no point in continuing to eat. This is a mistake I see on other people's streams and YouTube videos, is that they're like full armor, full evolve meter, and yet they still waste time eating. Just make sure you don't do that. Just let go of the eat button, save that meat for after your evolve or whatnot. At this point, I know that the game has been short enough that I still probably have about 10 to 13 minutes, if not more, to find a buff before I go for the power relay. So as a monster player right now, I have no pressure on me, no rush. It's all on the hunters to kind of group up at the relay and defend. So I went out here to kind of look for the Armadon buff, which is the damage resistance one. Unfortunately it wasn't here, but I'm ahead already, so I decided it's fine. I'm going to, instead of using this time to run around the map and look for other buffs, I'm instead going to try and go in for a fight and get some strikes, and after that I can always leave again, armor up, and maybe look for buffs. The dropship has kind of just come in. I know that they've just landed. I don't see them around the relay, so what I want to do is pressure them to get to the relay as soon as they can. And what that's going to do is they're going to use most, if not all, of their jetpack trying to get here and stop me. Once hunters are without jetpack, they're much more defenseless, and I'll be able to land my abilities much easier. Here, so as you can see, I got that strike really quick. One's down. As I said, I am aware that I have a lot of time to finish this game, so I don't mind if hunters pick other hunters up, because I've already gotten them down for the strike. So if they come back up again, I can always down them again or get as many downs as I can before I retreat and come back for a fight. Unfortunately, there is that glitch, as you saw. I went flying really far with the Kraken there. That's kind of an advantage for the Kraken a lot of the times that happens, and I don't mean to do that. But hopefully it's something that will get fixed soon. I know that I've got 2 down and 1 eaten with no chance of being revived, so I just want to finish the game at this point, and so I do. One thing that I forgot to mention is that it is much better to waste an ability, a single ability, on Sunny's drone than it is to waste a lot of time and multiple abilities trying to break through the drone's shield and focus down a hunter. So definitely keep that in mind. That's that. Let me know if there's anything more specific you would like to see in my videos or questions you want answered. Hope you guys enjoyed.